Hello game devs, welcome back to another GDevelop 5 tutorial. So today I will be showing you how to create a football kick game in GDevelop 5. So as usual, let's have a preview of what this would look like once we're done preview. Okay, so here we go. This is what a football kick game looks like. Okay, so you have to aim at the target, which is this moving from the right to the left of our goalpost. You have to aim, and once you shoot and is in collision with our target, it scores you play one. Okay, so and also the ball keeps respawning, and once it's in collision with the net, because this is not a real football game, whereby once it's in collision with the net it scores, rather once it's collision with the target it scores. Okay, so close, minimize, open GDevelop 5. Okay, so in case you need to GDevelop is an easy to use game creator with no programming language to learn. And also I have a tutorial on the basics in the description of this video, so do well to check it out. It would help you a lot. So let's go create a new project. Okay, that's loading up. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I opened the wrong project. It's loading. Okay, so please actually create a new project. Okay, scroll to the bottom, empty game, start a new game from scratch. So we will be creating this game from scratch, so you get the basics. Okay, so first of all, create a new scene. Here we go. Let's rename this scene to football game. Football, okay, I think football underscore game. That's perfect. So football game, open that up. Okay. Okay, so first of all, we need to add in some objects. Before we do that, let's give this our scene or editor a background color. You can do that by right clicking scene properties. You can select your background color here. I will use the default or the background color we have with GDevelop. GDevelop platform. I got the code that will be D, capital D, 0 F F4 F7. Yeah, I think that should be right. Okay, so this is the background, or this is the color we have with our platformer example, and I think it would be great. So let's add in our goalpost, add new object, sprite, add an animation, and add. Okay, so here we go. This will be our goalpost. We'll rename that go underscore post. Okay, so apply. Let's position this into the scene. That's really big. So we need to resize it. So on the x-axis, first of all let's position it x-axis 305, and on the y-axis 129. Angle 0 lock. We don't need the z order, so we set the z order to -4. I will explain why. Setting this -4 soon. So layer, base layer, and width, let's set the width to about, let's say 204, and the height to about 131, custom size. Okay, so that's positioned right. Now let's get our field here. Add new object, sprite, add an animation, add. Okay, so this will be our field. Open that up. Object name, field, OB. Okay, so okay, apply. Let's put this into the scene. This is really big, so we need to position this properly. Okay, so on the x-axis we position this to about -150, and on the y-axis position this to about let's say 183. And this is why we use z order of this -4, and now this sets -3. So our z order, let's set this about minus 57. So I'm just setting this to a value which is less than our goalpost. As you can see, our goalpost is -4, so I'm setting this to -57. Well, I don't need to take it out far, but just make sure we're on the safe side, so I'm setting this to -57. Okay, so width, as you can see, this is not really the exact size, so we need to change the width. So our width of the field will be, let's go with 1,100 and let's say 1,112, and for height we'll go to with something like 563 custom size there, and there we go. So now it fits this okay, so now let's add in our ball. This is not how a goalpost looks like in a football match, but we just have to use that for the sake of this tutorial. So add new objects, sprite. Let's add in our ball now. Object name ball, add an animation, add. Okay, so let's pull our ball into the scene. That we ball. Now let's set the points. Zoom in on this. Okay, so this is origin. This is the origin point, so we need to position this at the center, which is the exact same position we are center point. So close and apply. Now let's position this. Okay, so here we go. Ball X position. Okay, I'll just say something like 406, and on the Y position, let's give this like 487. Okay, Z order, let's give this about 23 once it's above our goalpost. So, oh, sorry, 400 and this. Okay, so now I position this exactly at this spot. Okay, so let's give our ball a tween behavior. Also, I would explain why we're giving this a tween behavior later in this tutorial. So tween, here we go, tween, and apply. Okay, so now let's add in our faggots. Let's add a faggot which would move around like we have in our platformer, like we have in our football game, or the football kick game. So let's add sprite, add an animation, add. Okay, so here we go. This will be our faggot. Object name, faggot. Okay, so points. Also, we need to position this the center. Okay, we'll just zoom out. That's much easier. Okay, so we need to position this at the center. That's perfect. Close and apply. Let's position this into the scene. That's really big, so let's give it let's change the width. Okay, so for the width. Okay, so the width, let's go with something like 264, and for the height, let's go with like 131. Custom size that. Okay, something's not right here. Let's set this. Let's reduce the value. Let's do something like 100. Still large. Okay, so let's reduce this. Okay, let's just set the width about 50 and the height 50. Okay, I think that's perfect. X position on the x-axis 480, and on the y-axis 215. Z other, that's at 24, which is set at 23. Okay, so now let's add in a block which will serve to prevent, okay, like I did here. Sorry, open this up. Okay, here, this would be our block to prevent our ball from going out of the field. So minimize our open. Let's go back. Let's create a new object. Sprite. Add an animation and edit with Pisco. So let's create one. Okay, so here we go. We'll just put this with black. Name this block. Save. Also, object name. This is animation name. That's different. So let's set this block. Okay, apply. I'll put this into the scene. Let's position that somewhere around here. Or better still, let's zoom out to get the full screen. Okay, so it's perfect. So on the x-axis, let's go with 0. So it starts from a window width, and on the y-axis, let's say that's about minus 180 or maybe 180. That'll take it back. So on the y-axis 80 z over, this is not actually useful, but let's just set to minus 1, so it's on the safe side. Width, let's say 800, and height, let's say that's about 14. Okay, custom size, so there we go. Now it covers our whole screen. And okay, so let's just take this about 900. Okay, 900, and x-axis, let's take this to the minus. Okay, so that is perfect. Okay, so next up, let's add in a pointer which will serve as our mouse. Add new object, sprite, add an animation, add. So this would be our mouse pointer. Okay. Open this up, object name, pointer, and apply. Put this into the scene. Let's position that somewhere around here. Okay, so order, let's increase the order so it's above everything. Let's say about 30. Okay, so we will attach this to our mouse in the events. Now, for the last object we need to add into our scene will be our score. Add new object, text, object name, score. Okay, initial text to display 0. Size, I set the size to about 60 and make it bold. So you can add a font here. If you have a font, you can add a font right there. Apply. Put this into the scene. I'll position this on the x-axis. Let's say about 389, and on the y-axis about 46. Okay, that's perfect. Now this is what scene should look like. Let's have a preview of this to make sure everything's in order. Okay, so that's perfect. We have everything. Now let's go to our events. Okay, so football game. Now there are no events here. Events are composed of conditions and actions. Add your first events using the first button of the toolbar. This is the first button of the toolbar. Add an empty event. Okay, so add a condition. Touch or left mouse button is down. Okay, so here we go. Touch or mouse button pressed. Button of test left, which is the primary button, is pressed. Add an action, add a condition, sorry. Trigger once. Trigger once while it's true. Now add an action. So now we need to get the point that with original touch is created. So let's create a scene variable. Value for scene variable. I will create a variable right now. Add. Now variable would be touch 1. Apply. Sign set to value mouse. Okay, so this will be our mouse X, and okay, so mouse X, open and close the bracket. Okay, sorry, we missed something here. Okay, so variable touch value, since our game will be on the y-axis, so it would be a value of mouse Y. Okay, now add an empty event. Add a condition released. Our mouse button released. So it's about mouse button is released primary, which will be the left. Okay, so left mouse button is released. Add a condition. Trigger once. Trigger once while true. Okay, add an action. So let's change the scene variable. Okay, so value for scene variable, we need to create a new scene variable, which would be add. So the scene variable would be touch 2. So this is where the touch ends. That's touch 1 where the original touch starts. Okay, so sign set to value. This will also be our mouse. Okay, so mouse dot y and close the bracket. Okay. Sorry, variable. We need to set the variable, which would be touch 2. Now here, add a subcondition. Add a condition. Scene variable. Now value of a scene variable. Now the value of a scene variable touch2 is sign of test is greater than the variable. Let's get an expression here. Variable, open a bracket, variable touch. There we go. Touch. You need to fill in the exact same name of your first variable. So variable touch 1, close the bracket, minus 20. Okay. Once it's greater than, now add an action. We need this to add a force. Okay. Okay, add a force to ball to move towards speed on x-axis and speed on y-axis. Okay, x-axis, sorry, we need to add a force towards a position. Add a force to ball x position, which would be the mouse. The x, which would be the mouse, x, close the bracket, and on the y position would be the mouse, y, open and close the bracket, and on the speed about 200 pixels, and it would be a permanent force. Okay, so now we'll use the twin because we want it to look realistic, like it's to add some more depth to it. So we need it to twin. We need to reduce the scale or the size of the ball once it gets closer to our goalpost. Okay, so add an action. Now let's use our twin to twin the scale of ball. Here we go. Scale twin the scale twin of ball. Twin identifier. I'll just give this something about, let's say, ball twin underscore twin. Okay, to scale x, let's scale it to about 0.70, and y 0.70 is in sign is in sign. Okay, here we go. Is in sign. Duration about let's say that's about 1000. Destroy objects when twin finishes? No. Okay. Now preview. So here we go. That moves close. As you can see, it twins it, reducing it and adding some depth to it. Now let's create an aim to set a limit to the aim distance, or to set a limit to the aim distance, let's say about 100 pixels. So to do that, let's go add an empty event. We don't need this as a sub condition, so pull that out, add a condition, distance. Okay, so the distance between two objects, this is a common condition for all objects. Okay, so the distance between ball and cursor, so this one, our pointer will not move yet because we haven't connected it to our mouse. We will do that shortly. Distance about 100. Okay, so add an action. Draw a line. We need to get a line. Sorry, we need to create a drawing. That's a primitive drawing. A shape. We add a new object. Here we go. Shape painter. Outline size about 28. Okay, apply. Pull this into the scene. And I'll just rename this, edit object, and set this to aim. Okay, this would be our aim, just like I did in the example. So aim. So now add an action, line. Okay, so primitive drawing, line, aim. Now this is the x position, which will be our start point. We need it to start at our ball. So ball dot x, we need the x-axis, sorry. Let's use our ball points instead. So ball points x, and that would be our center. Okay, same here. Y, ball dot points y and center. Okay, so now x position of endpoint, this would be our endpoints. That would be mouse x, that's for the x-axis, then close the bracket, and for the y, mouse y, and close the bracket. Okay, so thickness, let's say that's about 5, and to position this properly, let's add some values in front of this. So y position endpoints, let's say this about minus 470. X position of endpoints, let's say this is about minus 395. Y position of start points, let's say for minus 470, 470, and for the x position of the start point, let's say minus 395. Apply. Now this creates a line from the ball while maintaining this distance of 100 pixels, so our line cannot be longer than 100 pixels. Okay, so now let's position our mouse. So our pointer, this follows our mouse. Here goes, so add an action, position, okay, position of an object, the position of pointer, sign of this set to x position would be mouse x, open close the bracket, and here we go, set to y position, mouse y, open close the bracket. Okay. Okay, so this positions our pointer at the mouse x and the mouse y, and also let's hide the mouse pointer, so hide the cursor. Okay, so preview. So here we go. Okay, that's not positioned properly because something's not right. Okay, let's position that football game. Okay, so we need to set this, let's position it to our ball, x and y, that'll be like 395, and also, let's move this downwards, 395 on the x-axis, and here. Okay, so, there we go, now preview. Okay, so here we go. That works perfectly. Now once our mouse, once the distance between our ball and the mouse is greater than 100 pixels, it hides the aim. And now you can set the z order of your aim to a value which is less than your mouse. And also we need this under the ball, so let's say about 13. Preview. Okay, so here we go. Now it's under a mouse pointer, and also it's behind our ball. Okay, so next up we need to add in a respawn, so our ball respawns. So football game, add an empty fence, add a condition, collision. Okay, so collision, the ball is in collision with the object block. So this is the reason why we created the ball, the block, sorry. Ball is in collision with block, add an action, 3 go once. So 3 go once while true, okay, add an action, delete. So delete an object, ball. Okay, add an action, reset the timer. Reset a scene timer, timer's name, let's name that to spawn. Okay, so add an action, also let's change the scene variable. Value of the scene variable. Okay, scene variable, let's create a scene variable. Add an action and variable, name this new ball, new underscore ball, and apply. So variable, new ball sign, the new ball is set to value 1. Okay, so preview. here we go. Okay, so here we go. I just so it will not so it will not create a new ball because there are no events for that. So now we as you can see, the ball was deleted once it was in collision with the block. So now the score of a player once the ball is in collision with the block, we need to add to the scoreboard. Before we do that, we need our aim. We need to hide our aim. As you can see, we need to hide our aim to prevent that. Close football event. So once the left mouse button was released, add an action. We need to hide it here. So hide. We need to hide an object which would be aim. Okay, so we would hide the object as soon as the left mouse button is released. So now add an empty event. So now let's create an event to create our ball. But before we do that, we need to add an event to score our players. So add a condition, collision. Okay, so collision, here we go, collision, ball is in collision with the object target. Okay, so once the ball is in collision with the object target, we need to add a condition, 3 go once. Okay, add an action, delete. We need to delete an object, which will be ball, delete the object, ball, add an action, and also reset the timer. Sorry. Okay, so value of scene timer. Here we go. Reset a scene timer. Timer's name spawn. Okay, so it would reset this timer spawn. Also, now add an action. Scene variable, value of a scene variable. Let's create a scene variable. I think this should be our last scene variable for this tutorial, which would be score. Apply variable, set that to score. Sign set to value. Sign add 1 to the score. Okay, so also add an action. Scene variable, value of a scene variable, new ball, sign set to value 1. Okay, so now let's add an event to create our ball. So add a condition, scene variable. Okay, so value of a scene variable, variable new ball, sign of first is set to. So the variables new ball is set to the value compare 1, and also the timer. So this is why we created timer. So scene timer, value of a scene timer seconds. Let's say that's about 1 second. Timer's name, spawn. Okay, now add an action, create the object. So create the object, create an object ball, x position, this exact exposition we created. We positioned our ball so 406 on the x-axis, and on the y-axis it's about 487. Okay, and also we need this add an action show. So once it's created, we need this to show the object aim. Okay, preview. So here we go. It's in collision, it deletes and it creates a ball all over again. Okay, something's not right here. We need to fix this real quick. To do that, okay, so create an object ball. So this creates once the spawn timer is greater than 1 second. Add an action, 3 go once. Okay, so this would trigger once. Create preview. Okay, so here we go. it's in collision, it deletes, it creates again, it's in collision, it deletes, it creates again, and that keeps going. Okay, now for our targets to make a move right and left, you need to give this a behavior, and you have to install the behavior. You can find that in your project manager, functions and behavior. You just search for a new extension and install that right here. Okay, so that would be the find back and front movements. Edit object, give this behaviors, add behavior, scroll down, so you will find back and front, moving distance, this, let's set this to about 150, moving speed, so as you can see, this is in pixel per second, that will be about 100, and this will be set to 2. Apply, preview. There you go, now it's moving on both sides. Close. Now let's hide this bar, and also let's link our text, which is score, to the scene variable score. So first of all, let's link the score. So add an empty event, add a condition, modify. We need to modify the text, which would be score sign set to value variable. That'll be the scene variable. So variable score. Sorry, close the bracket. Okay, and also let's hide our objects. So right here, okay, let's just position that here. Add an action, hide objects block. Okay, so let's go back and preview. So here we go, that hides the block. It's actually there, but it's hidden now. Now here's our aim. So the distance between this less than 100 pixels, like I said earlier. Now you have to aim for the target once it's in collision. Let's say this, it's in collision. CSS calls 1, respawns a new ball. Again, once it's in collision with the net, it does not add anything to the score. So no value is added to the score once it's in collision with the net, and it must be in collision with this target. So there we go, that's how to create a football kick game. Just in case you want to make your game better, you can add in some lives to set your ball once it's in collision with this, so your player can does not keep playing the game forever. So once it's in collision with it's not in collision with the target, let's say like maybe 5 times, ends the game or something like that. You can just add features and make it more better, like add a whole crowd and other things to it. Okay, so